Welcome to Celestial Zodiac. This is your weekly horoscope for Sunday, February 15th to Saturday, February 21st, 2026. This week brings a noticeable shift in emotional tone and perspective. There's a stronger emphasis on clarity, communication, and recognizing where subtle adjustments can improve long-term stability. You may find yourself reassessing expectations, not because something is wrong but because your priorities are evolving. Relationships, responsibilities, and personal goals benefit from thoughtful reflection rather than quick reactions. Progress this week is steady and intentional, built through small but meaningful decisions. Aries, this week encourages you to balance ambition with emotional awareness. You may feel ready to move something forward, but circumstances require patience and refinement. Rather than pushing through resistance, consider where small strategic adjustments could yield better results. Conversations midweek bring insight, especially around shared goals or responsibilities. Emotionally, you benefit from slowing down long enough to hear what others are expressing. By the weekend, you feel clearer about your direction and more confident in your pacing. Taurus, themes of security and stability take center stage this week. You may feel motivated to strengthen your financial footing or improve routines that support long-term comfort. Early in the week, a practical decision helps ease lingering stress. Relationships benefit from honesty about expectations rather than silent assumptions. This is not about drastic change but about reinforcing what already works. By the weekend, you feel steadier and more grounded in your plans. Gemini, mental energy is heightened this week, bringing clarity to conversations and unfinished ideas. You may revisit a discussion or project and suddenly see the missing piece. This is an excellent time for organizing thoughts and setting priorities. Be mindful of overcommitting simply because opportunities arise. Emotionally, clarity arrives when you communicate directly rather than dancing around issues. By week's end, you feel sharper, more focused, and ready to act on what makes sense. Cancer, this week deepens your emotional awareness and highlights the importance of boundaries. You may recognize where you've been giving more than you've been receiving. Instead of withdrawing completely, aim for balance and mutual understanding. Financial or shared resource matters may require attention, but thoughtful planning brings reassurance. Trust your instincts, especially in personal matters. By the weekend, you feel emotionally steadier and more empowered. Leo, relationships are emphasized this week, inviting you to reflect on cooperation and shared direction. You may notice subtle shifts in dynamics that encourage more honesty and vulnerability. Rather than performing or proving yourself, focus on authenticity. Creative pursuits benefit from sincerity rather than pressure. Professionally, collaboration yields stronger results than solo effort. By the weekend, you feel more connected and self-assured. Virgo, daily routines and practical responsibilities come into focus. You may feel motivated to streamline processes or eliminate small inefficiencies that have been draining your energy. Work-related matters benefit from steady attention and realistic expectations. Health improves when you listen to your body and adjust accordingly. Emotionally, releasing perfectionist tendencies creates relief. By week's end, you feel more organized and capable. Libra, this week invites you to reconnect with joy, creativity, and personal expression. You may feel inspired to revive a hobby, explore romance, or invest time in something that feels fulfilling. Relationships improve when you express your needs clearly instead of hoping others will intuit them. Balance is achieved through authenticity, not compromise. This is a supportive week for light-hearted connection. By the weekend, you feel more emotionally uplifted. Scorpio, your attention turns inward this week, emphasizing emotional foundations and personal stability. You may feel drawn to home-related matters or quiet reflection. This is a good time to resolve lingering emotional concerns through calm discussion. Letting go of control where it's unnecessary creates peace. Financial or security-related matters benefit from long-term planning rather than urgency. By the weekend, you feel more centered and secure. Sagittarius, communication and perspective shifts define your week. You may find yourself rethinking a plan or reconsidering how you've been expressing your ideas. This is an excellent time for learning, writing, or reconnecting with people who expand your view. Avoid rushing decisions. Clarity strengthens as the week progresses. Emotionally, optimism returns through understanding. By the weekend, you feel inspired and mentally refreshed. Capricorn, financial themes and personal values take priority this week. You may reassess how your time and energy are being rewarded. Practical adjustments early in the week create long-term stability. This is not a time for risky ventures but for steady, thoughtful growth. Emotionally, security comes from alignment between effort and outcome. By week's end, you feel more confident in your foundation. Aquarius, this week brings heightened self-awareness and clarity about your personal direction. You may feel more decisive about what aligns with your values and long-term vision. Relationships benefit from honesty without detachment. This is a strong time for redefining goals and taking ownership of your path. Trust your individuality while remaining open to collaboration. By the weekend, you feel empowered and clear-minded. Pisces, a quieter, reflective tone shapes your week. You may feel drawn inward to process emotions or recharge your energy. Old patterns may resurface briefly, offering an opportunity for healing and release. Creative or spiritual outlets provide comfort and clarity. Avoid pushing for answers. Insight arrives naturally when you give yourself space. By the weekend, you feel lighter and emotionally balanced. This week emphasizes steady growth through awareness, communication, and intentional choices. Rather than dramatic changes, progress unfolds through thoughtful refinement and emotional clarity. Trust the subtle shifts taking place. They're strengthening your foundation and preparing you for the momentum ahead. If you enjoyed this weekly horoscope, please like, subscribe, and share. It truly helps support the channel and keeps these readings coming every week.